Good afternoon and welcome to your old news update. I'm Bud Driscoll, filling in for the still ill Izzy Fitz, but who is rapidly recovering and hopefully soon will be joining us here back at this table. We need him. And before we get started on our old news update, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Eagle Crest Retirement Community up on East Magnolia, great place to retire, and the Smoky Hill Museum, 211 West Iron, where history is made every day. Now, topping your old news headlines this week, we go back 50 years to March 20th, 1967. The pitter-patter you may have heard on your roof Sunday night wasn't Santa's reindeer making a belated stop. No, it was, believe it or not, the splatter of raindrops. And those raindrops fell in sufficient quantity to make honest-to-goodness puddles. Yes, puddles. It wasn't much, to be sure. The FAA weather station at Salina recorded a mere 0.18 of an inch of rain. But to Salinans who hadn't seen a real soaker in 6 months, the gentle patter of raindrops sounded like a thunder shower. The last measurable rain in Salina was 1/4 of an inch on February 1st. In fact, since mid-October, the only other moisture to benefit the area has come from melting snow, and that totals less than 1 inch. Well, 50 years later, we're even worse off than we were at that time, so we don't even have melting snow to count on, so hope for a wet April. Pray for a wet April. Anyway, we'll go to March 23rd, 1942, 75 years ago. Oh, this is nice. Tomorrow begins Get Acquainted Week in Salina. First on the week's program is the Journal's Cooking School, which is held 4 mornings at a place where women in this entire city and community may meet and discuss common problems. Cooking, I suppose. The window opening is at 9 o'clock and the band concert is 8:15 with the Sacred Heart Band playing in the downtown section from 7 to 8. This will all add zest to the fashion opening, which merchants of the city will take part in, hoping you buy their goods. Never knew how that cooking school turned out, but we're having more cookbook stuff. Look on Salina.com to find out about that. Anyway, we'll go back 100 years ago now to March 20th, 1917. This comes out of Goodland. Kenneth Coons can now claim the title of Human Fly as he successfully scaled the front of the Kent 2-story brick building at the corner of Main Street and 11th one day last week. The feat was accomplished before a crowd of gasping spectators, and the young man said he didn't think the ordeal was as dangerous as he thought until he had reached the top and realized the crowd he had drawn. The lad climbed the iron posts of the awning to the 2nd floor, and from there climbed on up to the top and to the brickwork at the corner, a straight wall with hardly anything to speak of in the way of a foot or handhold. And then he fell splat on the ground. No, just kidding. I'm being morbid, but I think he went safe. I think he was a safe guy, the Human Fly. And last but not least, we'll go to March 24th, 1892. This is out of Salina Daily Republican. And Salina has an axe to grind with Abilene. Listen. Salina has 8 policemen, so we are told. Yet the notorious Jim Hughes is permitted to run an establishment for the retailing of poisonous rot right here in the business part of town, says this Abilene Chronicle. Now, Salina replies, if this were true, Salina would be almost as tough as Abilene, but Salina only has 4 policemen, and if the notorious Jim Hughes is still here, they will look after him. The Chronicle man was here last week. People who come here without a bottle frequently go away disgusted with the quality of liquor they are able to buy, but it looks small to abuse the police for it. So stop abusing the police, Abilene. You're always on our tail. So read about these and other great look-back news in the look-back section of the Salina Journal in Monday's paper. So you have a good spring. The first day of spring is here. It's time to plant. Hopefully it will rain a lot and you can have a great spring and summer. So until then, until next week, We'll see you yesterday.
Buy me a pistol chainsaw, kiss me, and say that you will understand.